Hi Akanksha,
Hello, sir.
please tell us briefly about yourself.
So, myself, Akanksha Gupta. I was born and brought up in Delhi. I did my schooling from Guru Kishan Public School. Then I did my graduation in BSc Computer Science Honors. Then I did MA in Public Administration, and currently I'm pursuing law from University of Delhi.
Can you please elaborate on some of your hobbies, interests?
So my hobbies include playing table tennis, public speaking, and teaching underprivileged students.
Teaching whom, Akanksha?
Underprivileged students.
See, when you say public speaking as your hobby, what do you do? I mean, how do you pursue the hobby of public speaking? How can you do it in a free time?
Sir, since my childhood times, I used to participate in debates and declamation. I used to anchor the events or give speeches. Recently, also, I was a part of a team where we used to mentor students in group discussions, which is a major part of recruitment in companies nowadays. So that is how I try to contribute.
Okay. See, Akanksha, if I see a profile, you've done BSc Computers. And then instead of doing a master's in computer science, you have gone for MA Public Administration. And after that, instead of pursuing the same topic, we are now doing law. Law. So
Yes, sir.
why this inconsistency in your academic records?
Uh, sir, while doing computer science honors, I opted science in my school and I was very much passionate about computers. So I did a BSc. But somewhere back of the mind, I was always tilted towards civil services. So after my graduation, I started preparing for it, in which public administration was my optional. So that is why I went for MA in optional, MA in public administration. And then I want to explore new areas, so I thought of doing law so that I can broaden the spectrum of my knowledge. So that was
Okay.
the only motivation.
So your option for UPSC is bad.
Yes, sir.
For scoring more than the optional, you have chosen MA bad, right?
Sorry, sir.
You have chosen MA bad only for scoring more in your UPSC exams. Is it right, Akanksha?
So I wanted to opt my optional as an academic degree also. So I liked the subject, so I pursued it as to gain degree in that subject.
Okay, okay. See, you have done graduation from computer science. Please elaborate on the life cycle of a software project.
So whenever we opt to develop a software, first of all we gather the requirements, that what are the if there's a client we have to develop for him or her, then we gather the requirements of that software, and then we connect available, and which platform will we take to prepare that software, and among those alternatives we take one of the best optimal alternative which is suitable for our software, and customize it according to the client's expectation, and then we develop it, and after that there is testing of that software, and after the testing we put it in the public domain.
Okay. Is there a technical name for each of this stage? Each stage you said. Is there a technical name for it, Akanksha?
Yes,
Software development cycle.
there
In the
is,
software
but
development cycle. Have you heard of software development cycle? Have you read on it in your graduation?
yes, sir, there is. I'm unable to. Yes, sir, I have, but I'm unable to recall the exact terms for that. I know there is a term for each and every stage.
Okay, no problem. See, you are from Delhi right from childhood. I mean, you are from Delhi only, all your life.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, the Delhi education model is been considered as the best by many in India. And many states are trying to follow the same. Can you tell me a quickly 4 points, in the Delhi education model, which made it so unique, which is not there in any other state, which is very innovative only from Delhi side? I want to know the innovative, unique, quick 4 points of Delhi education model.
So first will be happiness curriculum of Delhi government, which includes the curriculum includes the other than the academic subjects, they also teach the subjects of moral education or playing or other subjects. They focus on application part. There is a it is a part of curriculum. So happiness curriculum is one, and second will be the more now infrastructure of government schools in Delhi has been very much inclusive and has been comparable to the private sector. I have witnessed it myself that Delhi government schools are up to the level as compared to the private schools. And third is there's this boost to sports and other extracurricular activities in government schools, and lot of competitions and participants students are participating and achieving great highs. And not fourth is not just in extracurricular activities but in 10th board or in 12th board through technologies like smart classes and such new concepts of teaching. The marks of government school students have been very much comparable and very much high if we compare it with private school students.
Okay, Anshu, my last question to you. Consider yourself as the Secretary of Education of any state, other than Delhi, other than any UT, only state. If you have to implement the same things that you said just now about this education model, same thing in your state, where you are Secretary of Education, tell me the major obstacles that you would face as a government, obstacles, the challenges to implement these things. A quick 4 points.
So I think first will be the challenges to bring students to the schools. There are sections where students are not aware of the value of education is not there, and they're not ready to come to school and enroll themselves. So first is that. Second is infrastructure, which is not inclusive, especially if we talk about girls, that the hygienic conditions or infrastructure for girls is not there. And third will be the patriarchal society, which because of the patriarchal society and in which girls are not allowed to go out and attend regular schooling. And so fourth is that if there is poverty prevailing, then they prefer to engage their children in other activities, other economical activities, rather than going for the education.
Akanksha, yes. See, all the points you are telling is essentially a single point. That is, you are telling me the reasons why students are not coming to the school. But the question is not about why students are not coming to the schools, government schools. The question is, if you want to implement the same Delhi model in your state as a government, what are the obstacles you would face? Of course, I understand one of the obstacles is it's difficult for children to build to the schools. Okay, tell me other 3 points.
So yes, first is the one I said. Second will be infrastructure. Third will be teachers' willingness, that teacher do not go and teach at that point. Fourth will be the political will, maybe that the funding issues is there, and there's no skills of teachers themselves are not up to the mark that can be passed on to the children.
Okay, Naidu sir, up to you. Please.
Yeah. Good evening, Akanksha.
Good evening, sir.
Akanksha, so you did your BSc honors in artificial intelligence, right?
Yes, sir. In computer science, and artificial intelligence was one of the subject in 3-year course.
So what are you aware about artificial intelligence?
So in artificial intelligence, we tend to create a machine that mimics human-like intelligence and which is able to perform tasks which a human can do, and tries to seamlessly work for the humans.
Okay. So what is the difference between machine learning and neural networks?
Sir, in machine learning, machine itself learns. If we put an algorithm in the machine, then it has this capability of learning itself by using the data and improving itself by by using that data. And in neural networks, we provide neural networks is all related to the algorithm which we provide, and this algorithm will be related to this human brain circuit. That will be the thing. So
No, are they both interrelated or completely different?
so they both are interrelated. We use a neural network to make a machine which is capable of learning itself and converting into artificial intelligence.
So, like now you might have heard about ChatGPT, Word, etc., right?
Yes,
In
sir.
the recent past. Do you think, see, is it part of artificial intelligence or neural networks? In what way that has been designed?
So I think that both of them have been utilized in developing a product like ChatGPT, and we use machine learning neural networks that resulted into an artificial intelligence related application that is capable of answering all the outputs. If we input any question, then it can give any output as a human being will do.
So, don't you think you seen the movies Terminator, I Robot? Have you watched these movies?
No, sir.
Okay, but see, there are many kind of scenarios where like people predict that maybe in the near futures machines will start dominating or artificial intelligence will start dominating and take control of the lives of human beings. Don't you think that giving so much of independence and importance to these kind of chat GPT and Bard and other things would lead to that kind of catastrophic outcome?
So whenever there is introduction of a new technology, then fears like this happen. When computers was introduced, that time also it was a fear. So yes, artificial intelligence has the capacity to overtake humans and be a danger. Then we as human has to create that balance, that breach, that line of that breach, that line is not breached, and it does not it should remain as a positive aspect, and we should it should not lead to negative it should not negatively impact the society.
So
So
as a
we as
okay, as a graduate of BSc Honors in Artificial Intelligence and Software and other things, tell me five different aspects which you would focus from a technical aspect so that this kind of catastrophic aspect won't happen in this particular issue of chat GPT and BART. What would you suggest? Five different aspects.
So one will be that there should be checks and balances, that if any kind of wrong input is there by the user, then machine itself should deny to give that output if any wrong demand is there, illicit demand is there. And second should be that there should be regulation of the data which is being fed, uh, and the kind of self improvement by the machine which is being done regularly. So regulation time to time should be done. And third should be that some sort of human intervention should always be maintained in the chain of this machine learning process, so that machine is not able to overpower humans in such a manner.
Are you aware of the three principles in robotics, which are in artificial intelligence, which are being incorporated to ensure that this kind of scenario won't happen? Okay. So next thing, so operation research is also one of the courses which you have learned, right? So can you please give me like a scenario where operation research is useful in public administration?
So in operational research, we try to find the one optimal solution of any given problem. And in administration, there can be many Delhi airport which was there. Doing problem was so there are an efficient system management in an efficient manner.
So for example, same thing. This is for yes, airport. You have given an example. In terms of public distribution system, how do you apply this operation research?
So we have to first of all gather the data that in a particular shop, how many ration card holders come up, and what is the inventory of that particular shop. So as relating and studying those data, we can come up with an optimal inventory that should be present at that particular shop every time, so that the ration card holders are not the food and from any activity.
You're also like you had graduated from statistics, right? You had a statistics background, no? In one of the courses in BSc
So there was
honors,
just one
statistics
subject of statistics in 3-year course. So like we had 25 subject in which we also studied statistics as one subject in one semester.
Are you aware of t-test?
No, sir.
Null hypothesis?
No, sir. We didn't study statistics to that equal level.
ANOVA 1, ANOVA 2?
No, sir.
Okay, you are not aware of those aspects. So coming to, see, you had done your law graduation also, right? So tell me which type of judicial system is better in the present Indian scenario?
So which type of judicial system?
In the sense, like, see, more or less, now the thing is, the things that are happening at the top are completely opaque, and there is no kind of transparency. And continuously, there is a tussle between executive and judicial. And
Yes, sir.
most of the times, judicial pronouncements are getting delayed, and justice is always delayed. So, in this scenario, what would you suggest so that there will be speedy, at the same time, people will get the needed justice in a most affordable manner? What do you
So I'll
suggest?
start with the transparency aspect. That there is this collegium system which is there for appointment of judges, which is usually questioned because of its opacity. So for that, I'll say that MOU, which was there proposed by the government in 2017, should be followed. There should be proper minutes of each and every meeting of the procedure that is being followed while appointing judges should be maintained, and the reasons in writing that why a particular judge is being selected should be there in the public domain. So things like can be done. And for speedy disposal of justice, we can have alternate dispute resolution. There should be first major thing which I think is of worrying nature is that there are lot many holidays in the courts. So that should be done away with, and we should introduce more number of judges as well as lawyers, so that while there's this holiday thing in court, then that time also the court is functioning in the normal manner. And fast track court should be introduced at every sector, though there are some in some sectors there are there, but more should be there. And e-courts, which we all are also following, it should be strengthened in more efficient way. And usage of artificial intelligence can also be there in court system. For example, recently there was live streaming of the processing of the court proceedings, where the language translation at live time was there. So these things can be done and is being done.
Okay, one thing, two aspects I want to ask. One is like, see, you said the number of judges, the strength should also be increased, but already 1/3 of the vacancies have to be filled, right? So without filling them, increasing the strength of the judicial capacity, is it going to do anything?
Sir, at subordinate level, there are vacancies and we should fill them first. And at Supreme Court, we have seen that now we have a full strength of judges filled, so we can increase the strength over there.
Okay. See, given an chance to decide between American judicial system and Indian judicial system, which one do you opt?
Sir, I would choose Indian judicial system only. So, because the kind of checks and balances we follow and the kind of independent judiciary we follow is suitable for a country so diverse, and we follow parliamentary system of government where there is presidential system of government. So I think these are the aspects for which the kind of judiciary we have is suitable for us, rather than imitating, rather than
But
the
don't
American
you think
judicial
that
system.
because of so much of delay, dependency, and all the other negativities in the present judicial system, there is a lot of corruption. See, people don't have any fear, especially from public servants. Even if they commit crime, they come out of the things. If come scratch free. So many things are happening. That kind of things you won't see. But you are giving so much of importance to Indian judicial system. Still, what could be the reason?
Sir, I think if we imitate solve the problem,
If you bring more reforms in more, if you bring more police reforms, do you think that will solve the problems better than really promoting ethics in the society, which is degrading day?
Sir, I think both the things should be done simultaneously. Along with promoting ethics, there is a need of police reforms, and police and public should police public relations should also be improved, so that the credibility of the institution is always maintained, and that it will be a two-way learning process, and better efficiency in law and order management can be there.
Okay, last thing. So, what is the difference between adversarial and inquisitorial system of judicial?
A particular who gives the evidence and has to prove his or her point and his or her facts according to facts and circumstances of cases. And in inquisitorial system, judges can apply their own mind, and this is of jury system where judges can also can also try to find out the evidence involved in the process, rather than just relying on the lawyers to prove and show
Is it
up
the
with the
reverse?
evidence.
I think for adversarial system, whatever you said is correct. I think inquisitorial is reverse of what you said. Like what you said initially, in adversarial system, I think judge is actively involved, right?
Judges don't involve. They act like a neutral member, and they just go by the lawyer's proposition and what their arguments, and on the basis of that they decide the case, like we follow.
Okay. So do you think jury kind of judicial system is not apt for India?
Yes, sir. I don't think so. It is apt for India. I think the adversarial system is perfectly working for India.
What is the reason behind it? What is your rationale?
So, because we think that a judge can have their own biasness and own opinions on the topic. So I think it should be a judge should always act like a neutral party in the whole process, and it should only be as per the arguments of the lawyers that the case should be decided.
Okay. Kiran sir, I think you can.
So shall I continue?
Yes, Kiran, please continue.
So you graduated from Shahid Sukhdev College, right?
Yes. So
Please tell me about it.
Sir, Shahid Sukhdev was an Indian revolutionary who was also a part of Bharat Naujawan Sabha and a senior member of Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. He was he gave a completely new dimension to the Indian national movement by his revolutionary activities. He, along with Bhagat Singh and Rajguru, was involved in mistaken murder of Saunders, which was because when Britishers were responsible for the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, and for the same reason he was hanged in 1931.
So whom they actually wanted to kill?
Sorry, sir.
Whom they actually wanted to kill? Bhagat Singh.
So they wanted to murder James Scott, British officer James Scott.
So you mentioned about HSRA, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me what are the what do you call it? What are the principles that the HSRA prescribed for?
So HSRA was following the principle of socialism, that the power should be with the people, and the demands of people should be at to the utmost significance, and that was the major goal. And they were trying to avenge freedom from the Britishers by using socialist principles that include land rights, or freedom, fundamental rights of people, and the rights for the better working conditions of workers, and the rights of farmers. So through these demands, they were trying to demand their own rights and freedom from the Britishers.
This is here, your address, Babarpur Post Office, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is a current trend of changing the names of different places. What is your opinion?
So I think if the people of the region demand so, then we can go with it. But as far as my region is concerned, people are very much fine with this name Babarpur, and there's no such demand. So it is working fine in my region.
No, normally across several states, there is a trend that is going on, right?
Yes, sir.
So is it in the right direction? Is the trend going in the right direction?
So any name, if it is changed and it is up to the demand of people, then I think it is right. But just because of political motives, it should not be done.
So one of your hobbies is table tennis.
Yes, sir.
Right? So tell me, what are the characteristics that are needed to be a good table tennis player?
So one is presence of mind. You have to apply your mind at every point you are making, and second, you have to analyze the position of the opponent so that you can decide your stroke at the next point. And third is that physical fitness. You should be physically fit uh, to play a long rally and long.
Name any two prominent table tennis players from India.
So first is Manika Batra from Delhi. She won in Olympics. And second is Sharat Kamal. He's from Chennai. And there is also G. Sathya from Chennai.
Why do you think table tennis did not get the same kind of limelight as some of the other contemporaries?
So major reason is always that when we perform at the best level at international platforms, international tournaments, or say domestic tournaments, then people are more motivated to opt for that sport. So maybe till now we have never had any Olympic medal in such sport. That becomes a reason. Second is also access to the table tennis equipments. That in cricket we can see cricket and badminton, we can see children playing in streets, But for table tennis, we need a particular equipment, and which is also costly. Table tennis table and a ball or bat, these three of the things are costly in nature. And so these two reasons majorly, I think, are the reasons.
And also a runner. You won 200, 100, and 400, right?
Yes, sir. I participated in school and college events in that.
So tell me, what is the difference in training regime for a marathon and a 100-meter gap?
So in training,
Yeah.
sir, in marathon, we have to train person first of all mentally, because he or she will have to run for a longer time and longer distance. And second will be stamina is very important, though stamina is important in both the cases, but stamina is more required, agility is more required in marathon. And third is the strategy. The strategy is completely different. In 100-meter race, you have to be at your best running time from the starting, but in marathon you have to intelligently calculate your speed so that you can complete the marathon at correct time.
That's important.
Akanksha, are you able to hear my voice clearly?
Yeah, it's breaking, sir, but yes, I'm able to.
Okay. Whenever it is not very clear, please raise your hand. Okay. Akanksha, in continuation to what you told about the training regime, the question asked by the board member is that for 100 meters athlete and for a marathon athlete, in the training, how the training regime is different? What do they train candidate 100 meters? Train regime. Because you might have undergone the 100 meters train regime, right? So I want to know more about the training, differences in the training.
So differences in the training. Sir, I'm not able to.
Okay, you please.
I'm not aware of the exact training.
Okay, then please tell me, as a 100-meter athlete, tell me the training that you have undergone. What do they train you in? What is the teaching regime? Just briefly tell me.
So though I was not trained in that. I just participated in my school events, but I think the training of 100-meter race will include, first of all, physical fitness, that you have to be fit. Second will be you have to increase your stamina. So third will be a good diet, and fourth will be the physical exercises, which can involve which will improve your speed. And fifth is regular checking of your best time of the race. And last, I think it is very important to be mentally strong and to be emotionally intelligent in such sports.
So yeah, please tell me your BMI, body mass index.
So I haven't checked it in the recent past. I think it is around 21 or 22.
See, generally they say that BMI for a healthy person shall be in a range, right? Now, for a short track athlete, 100 meters athlete, as well as for a marathon runner, whose BMI shall be more? According to you, whose BMI shall be more?
I think of a runner who is running in marathon.
His BMI shall be more?
Yes, sir. Comparatively to 100
Akanksha,
meters.
have you ever seen a 100 meters athlete? Can you name a few athletes 100 meters?
Sorry, sir. You're not audible, sir.
Okay, is my voice breaking, Akanksha? Is my voice breaking?
Sir, it's no, not now. Yes, sir.
Okay. Name 2 or 3 100 meters athletes.
So one is Usain Bolt, and if we talk about India, then Duti Chand.
Okay, name 2 or 3 marathon runners, marathon, anybody across the world.
Marathon runners.
Or any long
So I'm not
distance.
able to
Or
recall.
any long distance runner. Leave marathon, any long distance.
So PT
Okay.
Usha used to run for
PT Usha is done for marathon. Okay, anyhow.
for 400 meters, 400 meters, 200 meters, more
Okay.
than 100 meters.
Okay. Tell me who looks bulkier, the short track or long track? Who look bulkier? Who should have more muscle?
So bulkier, I think, who is running in marathon.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so Akanksha, and also you are a core committee member in
So
Chronos.
am I correct? Yes, sir.
What is Chronos? What is Chronos?
So Chronos as a word comes from a Greek mythology in which Chronos was the son of Uranus and Gaia. And Uranus was the father of heaven, and Gaia was the was known as the earth. So he was the son of them, and who went on to occupy the kingdom of his father by castrating his own father.
Akanksha, just 1 second. Okay, understood. But I'm asking in the draft that you wrote, core committee member of Chronos. What is that Chronos? Core committee member of Chronos, is it? Core committee member of Chronos.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait, Akanksha, just wait, please.
Okay, sir.
Akanksha, I shall continue because sir is like. Do you remember when Russia had annexed Crimea?
Yes, sir.
In
In
which year?
2014.
So, do you think it was the correct step, and do you support that move of Russia?
Sir, I think that as a principle, as international rules, it can seem a wrong step, but I think that the eastward expansion of NATO, which Russia was concerned about its own security. So I think such should be such steps in the national interest is the wrong step.
Okay, but tell me now, Pakistan's economy is in a state of disarray, and really it won't be in a position to wage a war against India. Do you think it is the right time for India to take a move like how Russia had taken a step in the case of Crimea to take back POK?
Sir, I don't think it will be a right move because India aspired to be a responsible and global power in future. So if we do such decision for narrow national interest, then it will dilute our own credibility at international forum. So it should not be done, sir.
What kind of credibility if really that land belongs to us? Like you said in the case of national interest, in the case of Crimea, the
Yes, sir.
same principle, why don't you apply to even this particular scenario?
So because we as a country has always advocated for peace and negotiations. So by taking the advantage of other countries' economic position and waging a war against a nation is not one of the principle which we as a country follow, and That is why I think that war should not be the option.
So you say principal interest come.
So I think toiling down on so much resources in war at this time is not correct as per national interest also, and we should focus on the positive in rather than engaging ourselves into a war.
Okay. And next to renegotiation of Indus Water Treaty.
Uh, it is a perfect treaty, but the kind of attitude which Pakistan is showing in implementation of it, that it
Yeah. Sir, you are there?
Yes, sir, I'm there. Shall I continue? But is my voice clear? First of all, is my voice clear?
no,
You
sir.
please repeat.
Okay, you please continue, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So next thing, see, what about the water sharing ratios? 80 is in favor of Pakistan and 20 is in favor of India, right? So do you think that that ratio should be negotiated?
Yes, sir, that ratio can be negotiated, because in rivers like Indus, Chenab, and Jhelum, Pakistan has the exclusive right, and India only have the 20% ratio of the water of these rivers. So this ratio can be negotiated.
Yeah, no problem. Akanksha. So, yeah, please tell me your BMI, body mass index.
Sir, I haven't checked it in the recent past. I think it is around 21 or 22.
See, generally they say that BMI for a healthy person shall be in a range, right? Now, for a short track athlete, 100-meter athlete, as well as for a marathon runner, whose BMI shall be more? According to you, whose BMI shall be more?
Sir, I think of a runner who is running in marathon.
His BMI shall be more?
Yes, sir. Comparatively to 100
Akanksha,
meters.
have you ever seen a 100 meters athlete? Can you name few athletes 100 meters?
Sorry, sir. You're not audible, sir.
Okay, is my voice breaking, Akanksha? Is my voice breaking?
Sir, it's no, not now. Yes, sir.
Okay. Name 2 or 3 100 meters athletes.
So one is Usain Bolt, and if we talk about India, then Duti Chand.
Okay. Name 2 or 3 marathon runners, marathon, anybody across the world.
Marathon runners.
Or any long
So I'm not
distance.
able to
Or
recall.
any long distance runner. Leave marathon, any long distance.
So PT
Okay.
Usha used to run for
PT Usha is done for marathon. Okay, anyhow.
for 400 meters, 400 meters, 200 meters, more
Okay.
than 100 meters.
Okay. Tell me who looks bulkier, the short track or long track? Who look bulkier? Who should have more muscle?
So bulkier, I think, who is running in marathon.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so Akanksha, and also you are a core committee member in
So
Chronos.
am I correct? Yes, sir.
What is Chronos? What is Chronos?
So Chronos as a word comes from a Greek mythology in which Chronos was the son of Uranus and Gaia. And Uranus was the father of heaven, and Gaia was known as the earth. So he was the son of them, and who went on to occupy the kingdom of his father by castrating his own father.
Akanksha, just 1 second. Okay, understood. But I'm asking in the draft that you wrote, core committee member of Chronos. What is that Chronos? Core committee member of Chronos, is it? Core committee member of Chronos.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait, Akanksha, just wait, please.
Okay, sir.
Akanksha, I shall continue because sir is like. Have you remember when Russia had annexed Crimea?
Yes, sir.
In
In
which year?
2014.
So, do you think it was a correct step, and do you support that move of Russia?
Sir, I think that as a principle, as international rules, it can seem a wrong step, but I think that the eastward expansion of NATO, which Russia was concerned about its own security. So I think such should be such steps in the national interest is the wrong step.
Okay, but tell me now, Pakistan's economy is in a state of disarray. and really it won't be in a position to wage a war against India. Do you think it is the right time for India to take a move like how Russia had taken a step in the case of Crimea to take back POK?
Sir, I don't think it will be a right move because India aspired to be a responsible and global power in future. So if we do such decision for narrow national interest, then it will dilute our own credibility at international forum. So it should not be done, sir.
What kind of credibility if really that land belongs to us? Like you said in the case of national interest, in the case of Crimea, the
Yes.
same principle, why don't you apply to even this particular scenario?
So because we as a country has always advocated for peace and negotiations. So by taking the advantage of other countries' economic position and waging a war against a nation is not one of the principle which we as a country follow, and that is why I think that should not be the option.
So you say principal interests come.
So I think toiling down on so much resources in war at this time is not correct as per national interests also, and we should focus on the positive in rather than in waging ourselves into a war.
Okay. And next, to renegotiation of Indus Water Treaty.
Uh, it is a perfect treaty, but the kind of attitude which Pakistan is showing in implementation of it, that it is it.
Yeah. Sir, you are there?
Yes, sir, I'm there. Shall I continue? But is my voice clear? First of all, is my voice clear?
No,
You
sir.
please repeat.
Okay, you please continue, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So next thing, see, what about the water sharing ratios? 80 is in favor of Pakistan and 20 is in favor of India, right? So do you think that that ratio should be negotiated?
Yes, sir, that ratio can be negotiated because in rivers like Indus, Chenab, and Jhelum, Pakistan has the exclusive right, and India only have the 20% ratio of the water of these rivers. So this ratio can be negotiated, sir.
And next thing, see, recently I think you are aware of Turkey earthquake, right?
Yes, sir.
If you observe, even Delhi is also in that particular seismic 4. After seeing earthquake, but if you observe Rajendra Nagar or Mukherjee Nagar or these areas are completely ill-planned and unplanned.
Yes.
So, do you think that there, whatever you are suggesting, no, national building codes or other things, do you think those things implemented?
Sir, it can be implemented in a gradual manner. That we can start by mapping the region which is most earthquake prone, and because there are region within Delhi also that this particular region is more earthquake prone, and we can work over there. But shifting the capital to some other region will also be financially intrusive because there's so much investment in capital infrastructure over there in Delhi, and shifting altogether everything to a new place will not be efficient. So we should rather look for the solution of the same in Delhi.
Sir,
Yes,
are you there?
is my voice audible clearly?
Still it is breaking, and
Still it's breaking. Then in that case, let us miss. Yeah, my questions are over. Akanksha, my voice is not clear, right?
sir.
Okay, Naidu sir, let us end the interview, start the feedback.
Yeah.
Naidu garu.
Akanksha, I think sir's internet is not fine. I think now we will be having a conference call on phone through which we shall have the feedback session. Okay?
Okay.
Because sir's internet is
Okay,
not
sir.
fine.
So in how
So,
much
okay,
time
let's
will we
leave them.
join?
I think you need some time
No,
now.
I don't need some time, sir.
And okay, I think in 1 or 2 minutes I will call you. Okay.